Good morning. In today's episode of Me in 40, I'd like to introduce my morning skincare and self-care Korean ritual. I call it a ritual because I've been doing it for so long now that I can't imagine my day starting without doing these steps. For those of you who are in your 40s, you will also see the difference between just applying sunscreen versus the layers that go on before sunscreen, which are equally as important because it can really change the way that your skin feels and looks, and also help prevent signs of aging like wrinkles or sunspots. But even before I get into the products, I wanted to start by having my morning drink. This is something that I really enjoy doing in the morning because it helps wake me up, and it also helps with the detoxing effect. Today I'm having a little bit of warm water with lemon, and we all know about the benefits of lemon and detoxing. Other days I would have my barley tea, and this is a drink that I really enjoy as well because it has the same benefits as lemon in detoxing, but it has a different flavor profile. It's really clean and nutty. It's also really convenient because this one comes in pre-packaged little bags like this. And the ingredient is simple, it's just barley. So for those of you who are doing intermittent fasting, you don't have to worry about sugars or extra calories. You just pop this into a teapot, and I like to refill throughout the day so that I have something warm to drink. I started drinking barley tea ever since I was little, as often as water or milk because of its known properties and benefits towards health. I'm really finding that as I grew up, it's become a staple in my household now. Starting off with a warm drink in the morning is something that I really enjoy doing. But it also helps with the skin because the steam can also help open up the pores and make sure that whatever product you're applying fully gets absorbed into the skin from within. After I have my morning drink, I will take you through the steps that I use to apply my skincare products in the morning. You can use whatever products that you have right now, but by changing the steps or the order that you apply them in, it will significantly make your skin feel a lot different. Especially in my 40s, I found that the morning ritual has become even more important because I focus on hydration as well as sun protection, which can help minimize the dark sunspots. It can help make your skin look a lot different in the texture and improving the clarity as well. So follow this video and let me know in the comments below whether you think it really helps make a difference in your skin. In just a few steps, less than 10 minutes or so, I promise you it will not involve a lot of time or thinking. Eventually you'll become used to the routine and you will notice that your skin does feel a lot different. Hello, we're going to start the day together as I walk you through my 7-step morning ritual skincare routine. A lot of this was picked up from my really close friends in Korea. After staying with them, I learned that there is a certain order that products should be used and a technique that should be applied so that you can really get the maximum benefits from each and every single one of the items that you're using. Korean skincare is known to be very effective. Also the techniques are known to be, there's a very specific way that skincare should be applied. So I'll walk you through what I've been doing since I was a university student, and I'm feeling really comfortable with it, so now I can just almost do it without even thinking. It may not be a part of your routine, but after some practice, I really believe that you'll see a skin transformation just by changing a few of the things and the order of some of the things that you're applying onto your skin. You don't necessarily need to buy an entire suite of new products, but in case you're curious, I'll show you the ones that I'm frequently using at the moment. It's winter season, my skin is really dry. So the first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning is to do just a plain water wash in lukewarm water first, and then a final splash with cold water to lock in the skin moisture and make sure that the pores remain tightened. So I'm gonna wash my face right now. So after you're done, you just want to pat your face very gently with the towel. I know it's tempting to take the towel and just really scrub your face to get all the water off, but you want to leave some of the water because that's all good moisture. Once you're done washing your face, if you still feel like there's a bit of oil and grime and you want to get a bit more of a squeaky clean, then I do tend to use some products. This one is a low pH balanced gel cleanser, which is really gentle on the skin. It never dries out, and so this is one that I tend to reach for in the mornings. This is another product. It looks pretty brutal and beaten up, but because I love it so much, I wanted to use every last bit of it. It has a bit of granules in it, and this is the Innisfree Jeju Pore Scrub. What this does is that it really loafs away some of the dead skin cells, and if my face looks a bit dull in the morning, I use a little bit of that and just tend to scrub in the areas, like especially around the nose, and that really primes the skin. It feels like you're taking off a bit of the old skin layers so that the products can absorb a bit better and your skin just gets that natural glow without overdoing it. After washing the face, then I move on to the toner. And the toner really preps the skin for the next steps. So I take a really thin cotton sheet and then I use upward sweeping motions. You never want to tug downwards. My mom was saying that it actually promotes over time the repeated motion of moving down or even tugging very, very harshly. It may accustom the skin to moving downwards and even forcing the skin to become a bit saggy and loose, which is not the look that you want. So after you apply it with a cotton pad, I like to just apply another layer of the toner on my palms, just a little bit. And doing this, already I see that my skin is looking a lot more hydrated. In the moisture. You don't want to forget about the neck. You want to sweep upwards for your neck as well. Out to the side to smooth some of the fine lines and make the skin area tighter. So it's almost like you're giving yourself a facial massage every morning. Next is another very important step in the Korean skincare routine, and it's essence. You'll see a lot of hype, a lot of beauty bloggers, they rave about certain essences. It doesn't matter which one you use. It takes a bit of time to find a really good essence. These are two that I really love. This one is the Missha. It's called the Time Revolution, and it's the first treatment essence, intensive moisture. They've rebranded this recently to increase the amount of fermented ingredients in this, and I found it to be a really, really great essence in the spring, summer, fall, all year round. But now that it's the winter, I like to do something a little bit richer to combat the dryness. And this one has a bit of oil in it. It's a Neogen product with white truffle oil, and I just apply it with my fingertips. I was taught not to use the palms because you end up wasting a lot of product that way. If you just do a tight tok 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 with your fingertips, you have a lot more control of the distribution of the product, and it feels really nice too. Just making sure that you get all the important areas of the face. The essence is the key step in locking in hydration, which is what a lot of people need as they tend to age, because the skin, it tends to break down, and when you're exposed to the harsh elements like the wind, snow, rain, it contributes to a loss of elasticity. So you want to be able to restore it, and I like to do that through essences. Right now I'm experimenting with vitamin C in order to target some of the hyperpigmentation and the dark spots. So that's what I will apply next. This is a Korean brand called TM. It's my signature C source. It's a 20% concentration of vitamin C. So I only need 1 or 2 drops on my fingertips. And again, I want to tap it in to make sure that it gets absorbed. And on this side of the face, I'm using a Beauty Counter product. It's the Counter Plus C Serum, and I'm really liking this one. So I'm testing it on the other side of my face, but applying it in the same motion. Just circular. Koreans love circles because it helps promote circulation. And you don't need to apply a lot of pressure. You just need to just constantly be patting it into your skin. And again, shouldn't forget about the neck. My skin feels really, really nice, but there's a few more things that are left. Next is the sunscreen. So all year round, I like to protect my skin from the sun's rays, because sometimes in the winter time, the rays can also be strong because it hits the white snow, and white reflects light. And if that hits your skin, then you can be exposing yourself to sun damage if you're not protected with an SPF. I go a little bit crazy with SPF because I realize the importance on maintaining that clear complexion. So I apply 2 layers. And you don't need that much product. Since most people have sunscreens in their medicine cabinet and as part of their skincare collection, you really don't need to buy anything new. But what I do from time to time is I look to see the dates, and if it's past its prime, you don't want to be keeping it. Generally, you can see a difference in the scent or the texture, and when that happens, you just need to bravely throw it out and replenish with a new one. So I'll apply a second layer. This one is another natural brand that I found at Whole Foods. It's very economical in price. It was about $15, but I found that it doesn't have the white cakiness, and it's a really good one just to apply all year round. It's good for kids as well because you don't get left with a sticky residue. It also doesn't have a scent, which is also pleasant in making it a part of your daily skincare routine. So there it is. Even after 2 layers of sunscreen, my skin feels really nice. It doesn't feel like I'm lathering myself in product. The order of applying does really make a difference, and the technique as well, because you're patting it in, making sure that each layer is absorbed before you move on to the next one. So for me, I could use another layer of protection, and this is what I use next. It's my moisturizing step. It's shea butter from a Korean brand called Nature Republic. It's a beautiful box as well, and it's meant to commemorate the ethical sourcing of shea butter. I really like this product because it promotes 48 hours of hydration, and I feel that even throughout the day, my face is not dry. And again, you don't need that much of it. Just an amount like this, and you put it over the areas of your skin that you want to protect. Again, it's that same patting motion. Never tugging or pulling. My skin feels really great right now, and I feel like I'm ready to step outside and face the harsh elements. Even when I'm going to pick up the mail or just doing groceries, I like to apply these layers. It doesn't take that much time. It's about 10 minutes of your morning, but you do feel really good about making sure that your skin is protected and hydrated, and you don't have to think about it for the rest of the day. One final thing that I love to do, and this is my favorite step, is misting. It's just so refreshing, and you feel that it wakes you up in the morning. And as a final step, it just locks in all the moisture. So I really like different types of mists. A lot of them have very nice scents that are very mild. So it's not harsh, and there's no alcohol in them, which is a really big bonus. I try to avoid products with alcohol content because it helps, alcohol actually exacerbates dryness. And so avoiding that has become quite easy because there are a lot of products that do not contain alcohol these days. There's mists available in a portable size, which I love to carry around in my purse, especially if I am stepping out of the house for a long period of time, just to periodically refresh. It gives you a sense of, it's just a splash of refreshness that you would get, especially if you're sitting in the car with a heater or air conditioner on, or in the GO train where there's a lot of artificial air. Just a quick spritz would make you feel a lot more rejuvenated, and it also helps build those barriers to lock in moisture and keep yourself hydrated throughout the day. Now we're ready to step outside, but if you do have some extra time and you want to take it another step further, I like to continue with a primer. And this creates some uniformity in your complexion. So it smooths out the skin tone, and it's another just a quick step. See, you don't even need that much again. And I really like Korean primers because they're very thin, and they don't feel overwhelming. It doesn't look like you've put something on your face, but it does contribute towards a nice natural glow. So here I'm just putting it on my cheeks. You can apply some of the extra parts to your neck for that uniformity. Some of the Korean products, they also contain like a pearly ingredient that gives you that overall healthy glow, but not overdoing it. So you don't necessarily need to do contouring. Contouring is not a part of the Korean skincare regime normally. So a primer, a cushion, a good BB cushion. My favorite is Hera. And again, if you want to really brighten up under the eyes, this is a really great product that my friend had introduced to me. It's not a Korean brand, but it's from Becca. It's called the Under Eye Brightening Corrector. It's a creamy, very thin gel. The consistency is very easy to apply. You can either use your finger or a brush. The middle finger being the weakest finger, so you're not applying too much pressure, and again, you're not tugging under the eye. Just a few taps under the eye, and it could really hide and minimize dark circles in such an easy step. So if you have extra time, a few minutes, and you want to further it, then those are a couple of things that I would do. The eyebrows are a must for me. So filling in my eyebrows with a pencil or with a powder and making sure that they're symmetrical, that the ends are filled in, helps make you look and feel polished. But again, it's not something that's necessary. These skincare steps are much more essential as part of a morning ritual routine. I hope that this video has been enlightening, in that you don't need that much time in the morning. You just need to make it a part of your daily routine, and after a while it becomes autopilot, where you build a collection of skincare items that you really feel comfortable with and you enjoy. And I actually look forward to doing this every morning because it makes you feel really good about taking care of yourself, in the same way as you would pick the best produce to eat, organics versus non-organics, and taking care of yourself by exercising. Skincare is another step onto that makes you feel really great from the inside and out. So I hope that this is one step closer for us to embrace aging, and I look forward to seeing you at the next episode.